be careful with this week with rash decisions. We don't want them, or we will pay a price. Hello, Leo. This is Don Norn Mystic Tarot, and this is your financial and investment tarot advice for the week of July 21st through the 27th. If you have Leo anywhere in your charts, you found the right place to be. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. Let's get to it. Let's see what Spirit and Universe has for you this week. We have a jumper right there. The first card out, I'm liking it very much. It's a Knight of Swords. The card on the bottom of the deck, which is the energy to be careful about in your environment. And this week I do say careful, and it's because it's a heartbreak energy. This is an energy that says it's going to be a struggle for you. No matter what you do that goes on around you, the energies do not support you. So that doesn't mean you can't get something done. It just means be prepared to have potential struggles with your choices and decisions. But you can just push through. You can persevere. You can definitely persevere. You're Leo, the lion. You're strong. So you can persevere, but know again that it's going to be an uphill battle. And then, of course, you have this. This could be part of the problem, because when you have that Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords tends to do things and ask questions later. It does things and things later, and again, it just goes in full bore without thinking. And we need to understand why this week you have that energy. What's going on this week, especially when there is frustration. So this could be maybe anger or reactionary type behavior to, again, the environment around you. You could be feeling and sensing a negative environment. You could be sensing a negative market condition, and therefore you do a rash decision based on the negative market condition, not thinking through, and therefore putting yourself in a losing situation. This could also be the other way around. You could be jumping in thinking, oh, I'm going to do this because it makes great sense, but you haven't done quite the work you needed to do to clarify that. And then ultimately you realize, no, the universe did the opposite. And so be careful with this week with rash decisions. We don't want them, or we will pay a price. Listen carefully to Spirit. Spirit's talking to you. Listen to Spirit and let Spirit advise you on which way you should be doing something, how you should be investing, what you should do, how you should maneuver through this kind of energy for this week. The very last thing you want to do, again, is go off without having some kind of reasoning, some kind of logical and understandable matrix or analysis when you're making decisions. If you're making decisions based on energy, based on just a feeling, this isn't the best way to go. Even when you know the universe is talking to you, they give you specifics generally, and they give you supporting data. If you don't have supporting data, you don't have a true picture. The next card out is an Ace of Cups, and that Ace of Cups is saying, if you are not impulsive, and if you do not make the hasty choices based on emotion or based on a hunch, and you do logical progressions and logical choices and logical reasonings, then you're going to be a happy camper, because you're going to see a new beginning and some money. You're going to see the genesis of something that's going to grow into a good environment. And it's interesting, the next card out is the alignment card. And so when that star card comes out, I call it the alignment card, it's a star card. And the star card is telling you that if you behave, as I mentioned, with reason and logic, you're going to be better aligned with your path, and you'll have more success. If you fight your path by doing these crazy, wild things, or doing things that do not have a foundation, do not have a basis on reality, then you will be fighting against Spirit and fighting against what is in your path. And when you're not in your path, you are not aligned, and therefore you wind up with heartache. So this week, let's focus on your path. Let's stay on your path. Focus on continuing down your path. Ignore the impulse to do something quick and rash without some very specific data to support your choice. And should you avoid that and only make choices based on reason, logic, and empirical data, you will probably do quite well. And again, you'll avoid this. But if you do the irrational, jumping in there without any thought, just doing it, you will pay a price. I'm giving you the warning. I'm hoping you follow it. With that said, I'm going to let you go. Help me grow my channel by hitting that subscribe button and the share. Help me get the word out there. I would appreciate it. I'm the only guy on the net combining tarot and finance. With that said, love, light, and blessings. See you next week. This is Don from Mystic Tarot. Bye-bye.